We've got NBA basketball in store for you here in Houston, Texas, the home of the Rockets, live on 2K Sports. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. Alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. Taking a look at the Bulls. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in the 3, the small forward.
Well, a tough shooting slump for Jimmy Butler last season. Some injuries took him out of rhythm. He was asked to play a bigger role offensively after Luol Deng was traded. Still, he's become one of the premier defensive players in the league.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And Jimmy Butler, a fan favorite in Chicago, taken with the 30th pick, Clark, back in 2011. And he really is a tenacious defender.
Yeah, he's a tough-minded, scrappy player. I mean, you hear about his tough upbringing. It's easy to see why he approaches the game with that fearlessness and determination that he plays with.
And the Bulls with possession. Here's Dunleavy. Here's Noah. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
He's a grinder. Love what he does under the offensive boards, really bringing energy and life to his team.
Ariza outside. Here's Terry. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
Well, they needed that one finally. That's just 1 of 5 now overall.
Here's Gasol. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. McDermott's checked in for Chicago. The Rockets have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Harden with it. Butler covering. Here's Jones. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
Good job of spotting his teammate near the basket and zipping the pass right in there.
You know, there's always a little hesitation with newly formed star-loaded teams. I wondered if the Rockets would click early last year. They did, and ended up with the 4 seed out west.
The Bulls have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Rose. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
You know, that's a problem he has. I mean, not being able to knock down that open jumper. I think it happens far too often.
It's Harden with the drive. Tries again. Here's Jones. It's another look. Shot is blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Corey Brewer's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Houston on D. Rose. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, he got right to the rim, but got hammered once he got there by the defense.
That was a nice job taking it strong and forcing his way to the line. Well done. Derrick Rose, born and raised on the south side of Chicago, now playing for his hometown Bulls. He even became a partner and endorser for Chicago's top deep dish pizza chain. He does represent this town.
Mirotic is checked in for Pau Gasol. You talk about Derrick Rose's culinary interest. He's looked to change his diet for the better.
Yeah, he needed to, Kevin, because, he's a big fan of candy when he came into the league. It's kind of his vice. He said he would eat up to 2 pounds of candy in one sitting. I mean, that's just crazy. But he's hired a personal chef to eat better. He's taking care of his body. And it's important, obviously, as you get older and you're dealing with injuries.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Yeah, he has to be frustrated by how his offense is flowing. And I can't blame him. They're getting good looks out there, but the shots just aren't falling.
That can get into a team's head if it goes unchecked, continuing to miss good shots. So this timeout might be a way to combat that.
Houston making some changes. Josh Smith, he's checked in for Terrence Jones. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Jason Terry. And the Bulls making a change also. Gasol's checked in. Here's Prigioni. Kicks to Brewer. Lock at 6. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
Now, here is Harden. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
And it's Rose penetrating. And that one's good.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
Yeah, and until they do, the problems inside are only going to get worse.
And it's blocked by Noah. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Butler dishes to Noah. He kicks to Gasol. Gasol is doubled. Rockets trail by 6. In low to Howard. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. That's on Joakim Noah. The Rockets making a switch here. Ariza's checked in.
And often you can learn more about a team when they are unhealthy versus when they're at full strength. And last year I thought the Bulls showed they are not and have never been a one-man show. It's all about everybody contributing to that.
The Bulls have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Rose kicks to Gasol. The Rockets pull it in.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. From deep, Rose. It's rebounded by Houston. Ariza's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Take a look at the rebound totals, guys. That's +5 now on the glass.
And Steve, I don't think there's any question which team came out with more energy and enthusiasm.
Jason Terry is checked in for the Rockets. Chicago also making some changes. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. And Dunleavy's subbed in for McDermott.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
Yeah, that's part of what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Chicago making a switch here. Brooks checked in. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Terry with it. Guarded now by Aaron Brooks. No good from the wing. Chicago's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside.
I'd say that shot was well within his range.
You think so? I mean, I was pretty good from 2 feet and in myself. That's a gimme there.
Howard, the pass to Smith. Ariza. Another miss by Houston.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Brooks on the double team. Terry dishes to Howard. Dunleavy kicks to Brooks. The shot by Butler, nobody around. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists in the game. Into Smith. He dishes it to Ariza. Harden can't hit.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Out to the wing. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Bulls.
What a great hustle defensively through 2 quarters of play, contesting everything, starting to rack up those block shots, guys.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle. Well, you know, Taj Gibson was the 26th pick back in 2009 coming out of USC, and boy, what a get for the Bulls. He's a defensive-minded big man. He can defend the 4 and 5 positions, and he's also got a very reliable mid-range jumper.
Ariza the 3 and Jones the 4. Terry is out there with Corey Brewer, and it's Capella in the 5 patrolling the paint. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, no doubt Joakim Noah has absolutely no problem playing the role of the heel, known to provoke opponents and opposing crowds. He says, I like energy. Whether it's positive energy or negative energy, it gets me going. I like playing on the road. I think that hate fuels me to play harder. I loved it from the start. He's getting plenty of fuel from it, guys.
Thank you, Doris. And Noah's certainly not bashful with his emotions on the floor at all.
And for Taj Gibson at 6'10", a 7'4" wingspan, that length helps make him disruptive, an excellent defender and shot blocker.
And Gibson very mobile, able to cover ground defensively.
Yeah, he's got a slender build, Kevin, but he's a worker in the weight room. Slight and light, but Coach Thibodeau says he's the team's hardest worker and he's getting stronger.
The Rockets have shot 1 of 3 from the line tonight, missing 2 earlier on.
Well, this is an area of concern for this club. They only shot 71% from the line last year.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
And some nice passing there by Houston. And there's the foul. It'll go on Aaron Brooks. That's his first foul. Well, guys, the D-League, a test bed for ideas that might, make their way to the NBA. And one thing we've seen there is a mission to get games down to 2 hours in length. They really want to shorten the length of these games.
Well, they've banned consecutive timeouts. They've reduced their number overall. The idea is to hold viewers' attention and provide time certainty for the broadcaster. Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pulls up on the wing.
know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it. You know, it's really been this way for a few years when you look at the Rockets. They have been fantastic at getting to the line, and I think it caught a lot of teams in the East off guard last season.
Houston making a switch here. Terry's checked in. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Noah's checked in. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Well, the Rockets did well against the Eastern Conference last year, as you might expect. 23 wins out of 30 games. And getting to the line, Steve, was a part of it.
Yeah, in fact, they averaged just under 30 trips to the foul line against the Eastern Conference teams. So, you know, it's tough to lose when you get so many easy points against your opponent.
Howard's checked in for the Rockets. That pushes it to double digits. And it's 8 points for Joakim Noah.
And that bucket adds to what's been a big differential in points in the paint between these two teams.
Defensively, the intensity just hasn't been there. They've got to pick up the pace.
The Bulls leading by 10. Here's McDermott. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Doug McDermott was a high school teammate of Harrison Barnes back in Ames, Iowa. They helped the team win 53 straight games and back-to-back state titles. At the time, Barnes was seen as the surefire NBA prospect, but McDermott became a superstar in his own right, playing for his dad at Creighton.
Johnson, he's checked in for James Harden. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Mirotic is checked in for Pau Gasol. The Rockets with another miss.
Well, that was not a smart play there. That's a wild shot. They can get something better.
No, that's not smart basketball. He should have passed that shot up.
The Rockets making a switch here. Ariza's checked in. To the inside. Now here's Ariza. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And Doug McDermott ended up playing for his father at Creighton. Dad didn't take it easy on him either. And, you know, do you think that Clark prepares him for playing under a demanding coach like Tom Thibodeau?
Without question, Kevin. I mean, you play for a demanding coach in college, then it prepares you for what you're going to face in a coach like Tom Thibodeau, who holds his guys to a high standard of accountability, demands an awful lot out of them in practice and in games. So I think Doug McDermott will be well prepared for what is going to be required as a member of the Bulls.
Howard. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. The Rockets making a switch here. This will make 4 trips to the line so far in the game.
Not the guy you want to see taking too many free throws. Last season, his numbers among the worst in the league.
You know, yeah, guys, last year was a rough one for him at the stripe. I mean, it's going to be hard for him not to improve on those numbers. They were that bad.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Gasol comes in for Mirotic. Dunleavy's checked in for McDermott. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Brooks. And so it's Houston with it. The Bulls getting the bucket. And stolen by Ariza. Smith gets to Ariza.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau worked with Clippers coach Doc Rivers in Boston for many years, and they remain close friends, often sharing notes. Rivers said of Thibodeau, "He's the best mind I've ever been around. People keep expecting them to fall, but he holds them together. It's his system, but it's more just his way. He simply doesn't relent, Kevin."
He makes his players believe, Doris. That's something they both share in common. Thank you. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Well, that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
And Gasol sends it back. Chicago leading by 10. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's going to be on Josh Smith.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am.
Pau Gasol over the last few seasons dealing with a number of lower body injuries. Knee tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, groin, toe. I'll tell you, Kobe had suggested to him to try to really slim down to lessen the pressure on his joints.
Harden, no good. Chicago has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And Dunleavy gets it to go in.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Here's Howard. And it's Dunleavy with the rebound.
Excellent, really solid job actually by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Here's Ariza. No good on that last second attempt there. As we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. You look at Jimmy Butler. He's really been playing well.
He is a dynamic scorer, guys. That much we know. And I'll tell you what, his talent was on full display there in the first half.
Steve, he is a hard man to keep down, and so far, they've been unable to do it.
Here's who Tom Thibodeau is starting the second half with. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the back. Muhammad out there at Mirotic. And it's Dunleavy in the three spot. Mirotic's shot is off.
He's far too tentative in the paint. And even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that time. I'll tell you what, it's a huge plus to have him making shots like that.
Not a lot of people thought, Steve, that Chicago had a chance last year to do much when Derrick Rose went down, but they stuck with it and ended up in the playoffs nonetheless.
And they didn't just make the playoffs. They had home court advantage in the first round as well.
Brewer is checked in for Houston. Chicago also making some changes. Noah comes in for Muhammad. And Tony Snell subbed in for Dunleavy. Oh, and the dunk by Brewer.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
But there was some style there, Kev. It was a pretty sweet one-handed flush.
Unfortunately for the Bulls, home court advantage really didn't do much for them as they dropped their first 2 games at home and were bounced in the first round. Another example of why home court advantage is desired, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee anything in the playoffs. Matchups drive results.
Here's Harden. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Rose gets the bucket. Rose has got the lead up to 14 now for Chicago.
Well, the Bulls ran into a solid Wizards team and lost in the first round of the playoffs. It looked to me like they might have been worn down. And I think a healthy Bulls team with a little more depth is definitely a threat to go deeper this season.
Well, the Rockets, wouldn't you say, are really to be commended, Clark, for rebuilding this team without tearing it down to the studs or tanking, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. I mean, they've improved dramatically with Harden and Howard. But this is a team that's held a winning record in the West now for 8 straight seasons. That's pretty impressive.
It is. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And the Rockets showed great patience and planning over time, freeing up cap space, acquiring young assets. That enabled them to trade for James Harden and, of course, attract Dwight Howard in free agency, too.
Both teams will make substitutions. No one near Smith as he lets it go. Another miss by Houston.
He can't get anything to drop. And the way he's scoring, I'm not sure it's something he should try to shoot his way out of.
No, that might only serve to make things worse, Steve. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. And this Rockets team, for all of its success, is still young, still developing that chemistry, but make no mistake, they've elevated themselves from playoff contender to potential title contender. I think exciting times are certainly in store in Houston.
And finished off by Noah. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
The Rockets have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game. And that one misses.
Bulls were a team last year that just never gave up. That was their identity. They didn't have a ton of talent, but they played with a toughness and defensive mentality that always seemed to keep them moving forward. Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
Well, to follow up on the Bulls, that never-say-die attitude, Clark, kept them in a lot of road games. Ended up winning 21 last year.
And, Kevin, that put them just over 500 on the road as a team, and that's really all you can hope for when you lose your star player early in the season.
And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's foul number 2 for him. Pablo Prigioni, he's checked in for Jason Terry. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Chicago. Here's Prigioni after Pau Gasol's bucket. Heinrich with it. He's got 5. Mark down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Ariza, right side. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Ariza's got 6 here in this quarter. The Bulls leading by 8. And Butler, here we go. Noah, the pass to Gasol. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Gasol's got 7 points. Here's Prigioni. Kicks it out to Ariza. for the three. Bulls have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Both teams deciding to change it up. And Kirk Hinrich picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Terrence Jones is checked in for the Rockets. Johnson comes in for Trevor Ariza.
Well, Dwight Howard, in his words, back to having fun playing basketball last season in Houston. A younger group, more compatible to his fun-loving personality, and certainly with Harden and others, they've got a depth of talent that is very impressive. Probably the best core around him of his entire career.
James Harden, he's checked in for Johnson. To the wing right side. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Prigioni. And Howard Clark bit by bit recovering from his back surgery, which really waylaid him in the 2012 year.
It did, and it takes a couple of years to come back from that kind of back injury. And, you know, it did limit some of his explosiveness around the rim as a shot blocker, but he seems to be close to where he was prior to surgery now.
Out of bounds, Houston takes possession. Some changes for Chicago. Mirotic is checked in for Gasol. And it's E'Twaun Moore checking in for Kirk Hinrich. Here's Prigioni. All alone. And he gets it to go. Prigioni's got 8 points.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Here's Howard. And nothing but hair on that one.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Mirotic gets the bucket.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
He's forcing shots offensively, hurting his team in the process. He needs to trust his teammates more.
Timeout called, the Rockets. Checked in for Houston. Then for the Bulls, Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. And it's Hinrich in for Jimmy Butler. And it's E'Twaun Moore with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And he makes good on the layup. Brewer's got 4 points this quarter. Back to Moore. Just 3 on the clock. Rockets trailed by 8. Jones is out there with Corey Brewer. And there's Terry. And it's Papanikolaou in it, the 2 guard. That's the 5 for Houston right now. All alone. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Jones has got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for Houston.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
Well, they continue to find the open man and play unselfishly. This is true team basketball we're seeing.
You know, one thing you have to admire, respect, and appreciate with this Bulls team is they've had some really difficult luck with the injuries to Derrick Rose, but it was a no-excuse team. They never hung their heads. They competed, and they continued to win at a high level.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Nikola Mirotic. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Terry with a screen on Heinrich. Here's Brewer. Baseline try. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Capela. It's stolen by Jones. An even 3-on-3 break. There's the pass to Capela. This is to Jones. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Jones has got 4 points now in the quarter. Mirotic has a wide open look. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Moore with it. Guarded now by Jason Terry. Got that one up quick. And the Bulls lead by 4. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Chicago?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And the other thing, guys, defensively, a great job of closing out and blocking shots.
Here's Dunleavy. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Mike Dunleavy, the former number 3 overall pick out of Duke, Steve, back in 2002.
Yeah, he played on that Duke team back in 2001 that won the NCAA championship. He played alongside Williams and Boozer. You know, never really became a star, but a quality player over his 12-year NBA career.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gibson. And it's Butler in for Kirk Heinrich.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
Now, this is when defenses have to protect the basket with everything they've got. Force the offense to shoot from the perimeter.
And Mike Dunleavy Jr. is the son of a former NBA player and coach, Mike Sr. Actually, I played against Mike Sr. during his days. Mike Sr., the dad, was a 6'3" point guard. Mike Jr. at 6'9". Because of that exposure to his dad's game, Mike Jr. has always had great ball handling skills even at 6'9".
Shoots the 3. The Rockets pull it in. Capela's got 7 rebounds in the game. Ariza outside. Beyond the arc. The Rockets with another miss.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on. He's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about
And for Dunleavy, a really smart help defender, and offensively has become more and more reliable with his three-point shot here in the latter part of his career.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Butler. He has 17 points and 3 steals. He's a one-man wrecking crew out there.
No, they have no answer for him at this point.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Capella. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Jason Terry. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Saul comes in for Mirotic. Tony Snell's checked in for Dunleavy. And it's Rose in for Moore.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
Well, both ends of that play, just fantastic.
Butler dishes to Gibson. Oh, wide open look for Gasol. And again, Chicago, no good. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Pass to Snell. Harden against Butler. It's stolen. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Now, a severe lack of awareness on his part. He had no idea he was near the out-of-bounds line.
Stolen by Rose. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. Houston making a switch. Smith is checked in. It's Gasol missing.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
That drops. 1:04 left in the game. Butler goes in from 11 feet away. That's good. And the Bulls lead by 7.
Well, this quarter has gone awfully well for him. It seems like every chance he's gotten, he's pretty much converted.
Lays it up and banks it in.
Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on them.
Houston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter.
How about the effort we're seeing from him on the boards? He's already in double figures.
Yeah, and more importantly, Steve, his rebounds are leading the team.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Passes to Gibson. And Harden comes to help. The dish to Snell. 5 to shoot. Goes up on the wing. And that one swishes right in.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
A clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
And that you exploit a gap in the D, I guess. Huh?
Yes, sir. No soft finish there. Major power.
Wow.
He knows an opportunity for the highlight reel when he sees one.
Chicago calls timeout. They're ahead by 7. 6 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
Not sure why they're calling this timeout. The game is pretty much over.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Steve. Maybe they just want to bask in the wind just a little longer, but I don't agree with it. Let's go. Get out of here.
5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Harden for 3. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. And so it's Chicago winning this one. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Jimmy Butler.